Crochet, bonjour, hello, and welcome everyone.
In this video, we will learn about water sampling methods for monitoring water quality. Water sampling can provide valuable insight into the health of water bodies, including information on nutrient profiles and contamination. Any surface water sampling must start with the preparation. Before you go into the field to take samples, prepare an insulated envelope with frozen ice packs and sample containers. Remember to pack more sample containers than you need, in case any become damaged. When you arrive at the sampling site, be sure to record the site's location, the current weather, and any relevant information about its appearance on the online datasheet. The first step in taking the sample is to put on a clean pair of sterile gloves. Next, label your jars using a permanent marker with your sample ID, date, and time. Remember, your sample ID is the number that was assigned to you, followed by a dash and the number you've selected to represent the sampling location. Select a sample jar that does not contain any preservatives. You can determine this by looking at the bottom of the jar and making sure there is no powder or liquid in the bottom. You will use this jar to fill any of your other jars that do not have preservative in them. Standing downwind and downriver of your sample location, rinse the sample jar 3 times with the water you will be collecting. Turn the sample jar upside down and lower it into the water. Make sure to not disturb the bottom of the water body, as you do not want to have any dirt or bits of debris in your sample. Once the jar is fully submerged, you can tip it on its side to fill it with water up to its neck. Leave a small airspace between the water and the top of the jar. When the jar is filled with water, carefully pour the water into the other sample jars with preservative. Place a cap on the filled jar and tightly seal it, being careful not to touch the rim or outside of the jars as you are filling and capping them. Proper sample storage is just as important as good sampling methods. Store samples in a cool, dry place. Submit your samples to the lab as soon as possible after collection. It is important to mail your samples within 24 hours of collection. Otherwise, the results from the lab may not be accurate. If you are not able to ship the samples right away, store them in a refrigerator held at 4 degrees Celsius until they are shipped. Pack the samples in an insulated envelope with frozen ice packs before mailing them to the lab. Before sealing your package, carefully fill out the chain of custody form provided by the lab. Place it inside a waterproof Ziploc bag. Then place the bag on top of your samples in the envelope. Don't forget to keep the carbon copy for your records. The final step is submission, using packing tape to seal the envelope shut and mail it to the laboratory for analysis. Marcy!